Keith asked, "How's it going with FS and Foods?" "Oh, it's almost there," said Shane. "I will definitely finish it today. I have a meeting right now." Keith, "Yes, I'm leaving right now because I have an appointment at 2:00 p.m. I'll come along, I guess. However, I oversee Thompson Foods and the talks are proceeding smoothly." "It's fine. It's fine," said Shane. "Keith is my name. I have 4 years of sales experience with a kitchen equipment manufacturer. I've been attempting to get a contract with Thompson Foods, a significant player in the food market, for the past month. Now that the deal is almost finalized, my boss, Shane, who a year ago couldn't even arrange an appointment with Thompson and threw the whole thing on me, appears to want to take over again. However, my employer Shane and I end up going to F's and Foods to haggle because I can't really say no to him. After giving our company name at the reception on the ground floor, we were taken to the production control department on the 7th floor. Kevin, thanks for taking the time for this meeting despite your busy schedule." As I greeted Kevin, the head of manufacturing management at Thompson Foods, he seemed a bit more flustered than usual. "I've been waiting for you, Keith. I have a request today. Our president, Mr. Thompson, also wants to join today's meeting. Is that all right?" "Yes, I understand." Hearing that Mr. Thompson would personally attend the meeting, my heart started racing. The door opened slowly, and Mr. Thompson entered. As I greeted him nervously, Mr. Thompson turned to me and smiled. "So you're Keith. I've heard you managed to persuade our big demon." "Big demon." "Haha, that's Kevin's nickname. We get salespeople from various companies, but if we were to have meetings with all of them, there wouldn't be enough time in the day." "I see. So we decided to only have meetings with companies that Kevin approves of. It must have been tough getting this far." Mr. Thompson said this with a smile, while Kevin, looking rather stern, seemed to crack a smile for a moment. "You've got a strong and good junior on your team," Kevin said to Shane. And so the meeting began, including Mr. Thompson, and we successfully secured a new contract for kitchen equipment. As I stood up, relieved, Mr. Thompson made an invitation. "Next month, on the second Sunday, my youngest daughter turns 20. We're planning a birthday party, and if it's convenient for you, would you like to come?" "A birthday party for your daughter?" Attending the birthday party of a president's daughter, whom I've never met, seemed out of place for ordinary employees like us. As I was thinking of declining. "Of course, absolutely. Both of us will be delighted to attend." Shane had replied without consulting me. Mr. Thompson was overjoyed, and there was no room for me to decline. "Shane, why did you say we'd attend a birthday party for a president's daughter we've never met? Aren't we out of our depth?" After leaving Thompson Foods headquarters, I complained to Shane. "Don't be silly. If we bring a timely gift to the party and get his daughter to like us, it could be a real stroke of luck." Shane just grinned smugly. I was internally dumbfounded, thinking such a thing was impossible, but I couldn't say anything. A few days later, an actual invitation to the daughter's birthday party from Mr. Thompson arrived, and I resigned myself to the fact that I couldn't decline. The invitation had the name of his daughter, who would be turning 20 next month, Emily. Oh, what kind of person is she? This is tough. I have no idea what to get for a woman I've never met, let alone a president's daughter. As I sat in my living room chair pondering, my sister Julia playfully tapped me on the back. "Hey, you're thinking out loud. You heard that?" "Haha, it seems I was talking to myself a bit too loudly." As I chuckled awkwardly, Julia, perhaps out of curiosity, sat down next to me to hear more. "It's rare to see you struggling with a gift for a girl." "Yeah, that's right. I've been invited to a client's daughter's birthday party, but since I've never met her, I have no idea what she likes." "In that case, isn't this the perfect opportunity to show off your special talent?" Julia's words reminded me of my hobby of making music boxes. I became fascinated with music boxes during a field trip in my junior year of high school to a music box museum. After researching, I found out I could make them myself, and it became my sole hobby. With hand-crank music boxes, you can play your favorite songs by punching holes in a metal sheet, known as the movement inside the music box. Come to think of it, Julia is about the same age as Emily. Hey Julia, can you tell me what kind of songs 20-year-olds like these days? Well, maybe songs from popular dramas or trendy anime soundtracks. Those usually have tracks that everyone knows. Julia played me some songs she downloaded on her phone. For the music box I've been working on, which can change tunes midway, I took quite some time to select and create sheets for 3 songs. The outcome was great. I made the box a special one. I crafted the box and fitted the mechanical parts inside at a familiar workshop. I used a laser engraving machine to imprint musical staves and notes on the sides of the box. I even made holes in the round parts of the notes so the music box's sound would emanate from there. After about 3 weeks, the music box was complete. On the day of the birthday party, I headed to Mr. Thompson's house as mentioned in the invitation. Entering the gate, a beautiful garden came into view. The well-maintained bushes and flower beds were impressive. I exchanged greetings with 2 helpers at the entrance and was led to the living room. The moment I saw the luxurious marble dining table in the spacious living room, easily over 40 square meters, I felt a bit intimidated. The guests were all dressed in elegant, high-end suits and dresses easy to spot. Shane and I felt quite out of place. All I wanted was to give the gift and leave as soon as possible. While I was thinking this, the party started, and Mr. Thompson stood in a prominent spot in the room to begin his greeting. Thank you all for gathering here today to celebrate my youngest daughter Emily's birthday. Amidst the applause, Kevin raised his glass. Let's toast to Emily's 20th birthday. Next to Mr. Thompson, a beautiful woman with long black hair reaching down her back bowed gracefully. She must be his daughter. After some greetings, the guests began presenting their birthday gifts to Emily. There were exquisite bouquets, brand name bags, and jewelry all appearing quite luxurious. As I watched, Shane also handed Emily a gift. It looked like a bracelet from a famous brand. After handing it over, Shane noticed me and came over. What did you bring, Keith? Oh, well, my gift isn't something I bought, actually. I make music boxes as a hobby, so I brought a handmade music box for today's gift. Showing him the paper bag with the music box, Shane snatched it up. You're being incredibly rude. A cheap, handmade music box as a gift for the president's daughter. What were you thinking? Apologize to Emily. Go buy a proper gift right now. Stunned by his sudden outburst, I couldn't respond as Shane yelled at me. I hadn't expected to be scolded at the party, but maybe giving a handmade music box to a woman I was meeting for the first time was indeed impolite. Speechless and ashamed, I could only stand there, head down. The living room fell silent, a tense atmosphere hanging in the air. Then Emily approached us. Excuse me, is that paper bag for me? As a birthday present, could you please give it to me? I want to cherish the feelings of everyone who gave me a gift. Hearing this, Shane hesitantly handed over the paper bag he had taken from me to Emily. She received it and turned towards me with a bright smile. Thank you so much. I've never received a handmade music box before. I'm delighted. May I open it? Yes, please do, I managed to answer nervously. Still smiling, Emily took the music box out of the paper bag. Wow, is this handmade? It's incredibly beautiful. She was fascinated by the music box and picked up the sheet music included. This is amazing. How does it work? Well, you open this part and set the sheet inside. Then close the lid and turn the handle, I explained. Feeling a bit happy, I walked past Shane to show Emily how the music box worked. As the handle turned, a gentle metallic sound filled the room. The previously tense atmosphere in the living room seemed to warm up a bit. That's incredible. I love this song, it sounds so beautiful. After the song finished playing, Emily said this with joy and even clapped her hands. Her applause quickly spread throughout the room. Emily seems to like the music box gift the most, said Mr. Thompson, who came over, smiling at Emily and then turning to me with kind words. Keith, seeing my daughter so innocently happy like this, I wonder how many years it's been. Thank you for such a wonderful gift. While making this music box, you must have thought of Emily, whom you've never met, and put your heart into it. Emily truly seemed to enjoy it, playing each of the 3 music sheets I had included, changing them one by one, and happily turning the handle. I'm really glad you liked it, I said. As I spoke, Shane muttered behind me. I went out of my way to buy a $300 bracelet, only to be outdone by such a cheap-looking gift. How embarrassing. Suddenly, Emily's expression turned displeased, and she walked briskly over to Shane. What's your name, please? Shane. Shane, thank you for the bracelet, but I'm sorry. What I like is a cheap-looking music box. This music box has just become my treasure, and you're belittling my treasure as cheap-looking. Confronted by Emily's forceful gaze, Shane was completely taken aback. No, I didn't mean that. I'm terribly sorry. After bowing deeply, seemingly too embarrassed to stay, Shane hastily left the room and didn't return to the party. Then came Monday, the start of a new week. I had a meeting scheduled at Fops and Foods, so I tried to involve Shane. I'm good. I'll leave it to you, Shane said with a wry smile. Since then, he avoided any involvement with Fops and Foods. As for me, Emily had approached me on my way out of the birthday party. I'd like to learn how to make music sheets myself. Would you mind teaching me? Emily really seemed to like the music box. I couldn't decline such a delightful request, so now I spend every weekend at Mr. Thompson's house, teaching her how to make music sheets. Emily is quick to learn and eager, making teaching her a rewarding experience. Once she learns to make the music sheets herself, she wants to try making the box part too, so I plan to continue being her music box tutor for a while. I wonder what kind of melody she will create and how her beautiful smile will look when she completes her own music box. I'm really looking forward to it. But on the other hand, I can't help feeling a little sad that once Emily learns to make music boxes on her own, we may not spend as much time together. I want to see her smile more, but like a music box that eventually comes to an end, I know these happy times are finite. I decide not to think too much about it and do my best in what I can. With this in mind, I visit Mr. Thompson's house as usual, where, unusually, he is relaxing on the living room sofa, listening to the sounds of the music box coming from Emily's room. It's a beautiful sound. I'd like to learn how to make it myself if I had the time. Emily seems to have taken a real liking to you, Mr. Thompson said. I'm honored, I replied nervously. He continued, Thank you for a birthday gift that surpasses even a $10,000 purse or jewelry. I want to express my gratitude again. It's a joy for me, and my wife is thrilled too to see Emily so engrossed in something. How about joining us for dinner at our house sometime? As I stood there, stunned by the invitation, Emily came downstairs from her room. Thank you, Dad. I've always wanted to properly thank him for teaching me, she said. Seemingly having overheard our conversation, Emily joined in, trying to seal the promise. Don't mention it. Consider it my fee for being a music box tutor, I said. There's still so much I want to learn, and it's going to be a long-term commitment, right, teacher? Seeing Emily's mischievous smile, there was no way I could decline the invitation. And just like that, I found myself with a standing invitation to Mr. Thompson's house, not just for teaching music boxes. Absolutely. His daughter has a thing for you, big bro. Show me your picture next time, my sister Julia said with a grin when I told her at home. She's the daughter of a president and a client at that. So what? Go for it. Catch a big break. I want a beautiful sister-in-law, she teased. The word marrying up reminded me of something Shane had said. By the way, when I mentioned that I have a sister, Emily said she'd like to meet you. As I said this with a sigh, Julia's eyes lit up. I'd love to meet her too. Plus, it's a perfect chance to find out what movies and places she likes, right? Come on, you like Emily, don't you? Well, yeah, but our social statuses are worlds apart. Stop being so pessimistic. I see no issue if she truly adores your handcrafted music boxes. Following that, the three of us were going to attend a movie together. Emily was so fond of my sister Julia that she invited her to come over at any time. In addition, going to the movies with Julia allowed me to spend weekends with Emily alone. Despite our typical nervousness, we discovered that we had a lot in common, such as similar tastes in movies and music, and that we could laugh and unwind together. I could eventually find the confidence to come clean and begin dating her. The idea that such a day might not be a fantasy was one I secretly contemplated.